Grant, how have you approached it with the lads this morning following the game against Grimsby at the weekend?
Yeah, we've had a good meeting this morning. Really good meeting. I think it was a pivotal time for us to bring everyone together this morning. Everyone at the training ground, you know, all the staff, the 18s, everybody who works so hard behind the scenes for us. The cleaners, the girls who do the food for us every single day, the work that goes on with Ian, the kit man, and Malk, and the hard work that, you know, people do, and just bring everyone together. And I sort of went back to a message that we spoke about in Portugal. You know, our aim this season is obviously to get promoted and win the division. And if I said to the players, I said, I'm bringing this up to you because we are in a position where we're 15 games left. We're a couple of points off the automatic promotion places with a lot of games to play, and a lot of points to play for. I think we'd have taken that, you know, and I know we've been disappointing for a couple of games. Well, results-wise anyway, definitely the Grimsby game. You know, we're in a really good position to have a real good run at the end of the season. Next game for us obviously is Morecambe. That's the most important game for us. But yeah, it was just to bringing everyone back to reality really, and you know, the support that we're going to need, and to give the boys that belief and that energy every game, because there's going to be games where we're not quite at it, and it's going to be tough. You know what League Two's like, and pitches aren't conducive for us to play the way we want to play and things like that, and we have to be able to, you know, grind wins and grind results out. And I'll be honest with you, my message was to the players this morning, I wouldn't want to be in any other dressing room in League Two. I've got so much belief in this group and the staff, and that's why I can get a little bit frustrated after games at times, because we can definitely show more, but I've got a real belief in this group that we can get the job done. You know, I reminded the boys and everyone connected to the club this morning that the last promotion was in 2016-2017 season that this football club's had, and we'd love to be the next one. We'd love to be the next one. So our focus now is 15 games, 2.5 months, you know, all put everything to the side, and a sheer determination, sacrifice, you know, everything you can for the next 2.5 months to get us where we want to get to.
Is it important to provide those reminders and so that people aren't just caught up, and the players in particular not just caught up on the last result, the last one that they came out of, just showing that overall picture and where you're at?
I think you can. You know, there's times where you in the season, people will overreact in terms of, or underreact, whatever way you want to look at it. Results can change people's opinion and about you, or you as a team, or us as a football club. But ultimately, we're the ones that's got to stay calm. Particularly me, I've got to stay calm around my staff and my players, and show them what we've done so far. You know, we're 15 games to go. We're a couple of points off the automatic promotion places. We're in a really good place. You know, to have a really good push to the end of the season. And that's what our focus is, you know. And we want to try to get this football club back into League One. That's the starting point for us, really. And we've got a real opportunity to do that, you know. And the beauty about this division is, maybe apart from Walsall, although they've had a little bit of a blip, no one's been ultra consistent, you know. And but we've got a chance, and we know what we can do. And I don't want to go back to last year and the run, because it's a completely different year in a group. But we can do things like that. We can have runs like that. But it's, you know, after every win, after every draw, after every defeat, we try and stay as calm as we can. And I said to you, look, I'm always angry after a game. I don't like losing, of course I don't. I don't think anyone does. But once you watch it back and you pick the bones out of it and you assess where we are, and, you know, give everybody at the football club a little bit of a reset this morning to say, look, 2.5 months, that's how quick it is. It's going to go so fast. And we've got to focus game by game, and the next one's Morecambe. It's
important to stay that level headed, as you say. Not too long ago, prior to that Chesterfield game, on a really fantastic run, and people started talking about the potential of doing something similar to what you did last year.
Yeah, see, and in that run, we were no different. You know, we were no different with the players. We weren't singing from the rooftops. You know, we were fine. We were happy with the way we were performing and winning games. But ultimately, like I've always said, results can change people's opinion. Results can change people's context of you as a team or as a football club. We can't overreact like that. We have to stay really calm and patient and understand, like I said to you, go back to what I said to you, I would not want to be in any other changing room in this division. I wouldn't. We've got a really tight-knit group of players who never, ever, I mean, I've been in changing rooms before where you hear moans and groans here and one or two pointing fingers. We don't have that here. And this group of players are just a pleasure and a privilege to work with every day. They can get things wrong on the pitch, of course they are, but it's our job, my job and the coach's job to make them better in different situations. But ultimately the main goal is where we want to be. How are we going to do that? We do it by game, and obviously the next one's a tough game at Morecambe.
How were they on the training ground after that meeting?
Really good, yeah. Positive, very, very positive. We've got some good experience in there, people who've been there and done it. We've also got some younger players who have never, sampled what it's like, a promotion sort of push. And it's down to the experienced boys, it's down to us as a staff, as to making sure that everybody understands what it takes to be where we want to be.
Injury-wise, how are you looking? James Maxwell, first of all, obviously came off at the weekend.
Yeah, his toe's a bit sore. We're hoping it's not broke. But even if it was broke, it's his little toe. There's not much you can really do with it, to be honest with you. And probably I was right after the game. And I did that interview after the game without speaking to the physio, but it may be a case where he plays with an injection if it is broke. But we're still waiting for the report to come back from the X-ray.
He's not had much luck in terms of injuries to his feet area, has he?
No, he's not. He's obviously, he took that whack to the shin against Crystal Palace, and then he obviously broke his foot early in the season. Now could be his toe. But look, he's a strong boy, James, and he's got good people around him. But I've been in these situations before, players that I've managed previously, and in fact who I've played with it. It's the sort of thing you can play on with, maybe with an injection if it is broke.
Anybody else struggling from the weekend?
No, we've got Ethan in his back, which is good. He trained fully today. Well, in fact, he did a bit extra over the weekend just to make sure he's right for this game. Obviously, the game on Saturday came too soon, and that's it. Everyone else is fine.
Just seen Richard Wood doing a bit of extra work as well. How's he coming along?
Yeah, pushing along well. He's obviously going to need a bit of fitness work to get up to speed. He's been in the training sessions, the last 3 or 4 training sessions, so we'll just keep pushing him, keep working him. Again, to have his experience and know how coming back into our group whenever he's ready is going to be big.
That'll be a good one to have just around the place anyway, won't it, in this type of scenario?
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. And Woody knows how important he is to us. He's not only to me and the staff, but to the players, because they listen to what he says and Billy says and Joe and the experienced players, Tom Anderson. They listen, and then they take heed. So, they're really important, those boys for us.
Morecambe then next, as we've touched upon. What are you expecting from this trip?
Another tough game. They've had a really good win on Saturday in a sort of derby game against Accrington. Derek is an experienced manager. He knows what this level's about. He's been there and done it. So, expecting a tough game, but we're going to really focus this game on us, how we want to be and how we want to play, and hopefully show better than we showed on Saturday.
Kind of touched upon it after Saturday's game, but it's another one where you've got to earn the right first and foremost.
Every game in this division is like that. Every game in this division. It's probably, probably the only time this season where I felt we slipped off, the dual aspect of what we're about, really, because that's not, I'd never question the players on that. Yes, sometimes we haven't been great on the ball and haven't been the best we'd want to be in possession, but I'd never question that. And Saturday we slipped off it a little bit. Players well aware of that. They take responsibility themselves, and when you speak to them individually and collectively, they're open. And that's why, go back to you about this group. They're so, they're such a good group to work with, and they never wait for us to come and tell them the answers and the solutions. They know themselves. So that was a positive as well.
You talked about everybody coming together and providing that support for each other. Another sold out away following heading over to Morecambe.
Massive. And I speak about all the work that goes behind the scenes here to make sure that we can perform and be in the position we want to be. The fans are the pinnacle of that. They've been unbelievable for us this season. To have another sold out away end is incredible. It's not like it's around the corner. Morecambe, it's a good 2.5-3 hour drive, and that'll give the boys a spring in their step when they see that. And Like I say, we just want to try and put on a better show that we showed on Saturday, and hopefully go and respond.